Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are around the world. We're starting our last AMA for 2024. So welcome to Shping 2024 AMA for November the 29th. We have Ellie and Imo with us.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
And we've got quite a bit to cover the last quarter. So since we moved to quarterly AMAs, there is a lot more to cover. So let's get right into it. So you probably see through our Telegram updates, those who follow us and those who don't, I think it's strongly recommended to follow us on Telegram, as well as Twitter and other channels. But Telegram, we do weekly updates. So if you want to know what's happening with us on a weekly basis, sort of more granular updates, please follow us on Telegram. And for the last year, I would say, even last couple of years, we've been focusing mainly in improving the app retention and the enhancing our value proposition to our B2B clients, our corporate clients who's using their platform to engage with our app users. So a lot of work has been gone into it. So working with the existing app users, going through the analytics, seeing where we may be losing clients, where we can improve the engagement. And I could say that based on the data, we are at probably the best place we've ever been in terms of the consumer engagement, the engagement of the app users, as well as the retention. We will continue to work on it, and there are a lot of things already in the pipeline on our roadmap to implement in the app to make the app even better. And we will be talking about the new release of 3.0, which is scheduled for next year. But we already at the stage where we feel that we can start approach the growth phase. And as you'll see with some of the updates, we have already debuted into number of events where we have exhibited and to the consumer market, exhibited the app, and were able to onboard a lot of the new app users through those events. But let's go through all of them and to give you a bit of feel what has been done, what sort of experience we had, and what's in the pipeline for end of this year as well as the next year. Let's go to the next slide. So last week we were exhibiting at the Australian Crypto Convention in Sydney. Great timing. It's together with the election in the US, the very positive sentiment within the crypto community around the world. So the vibe on the event was great. And so we had our stand there, and we had a lot of visitors coming in to learn what Shping is. We had a lot of people coming in who's already using Shping, which was very pleasant to see people who's actually using the app. We know of them, but we actually got the chance to meet them face to face, to talk to them and to hear a lot of positive and constructive feedback that they had to share with us. There was even people who've been watching the project from 2018 during our ICO time. So it was amazing to see them, and they were very happy to follow the project and following our success. And hearing that from them was very rewarding and grateful. So the event was quite successful. Pretty much anyone who would walk into our stand, if they're not already using the app, they would have downloaded the app and started using the app. Everyone loved the value proposition. Everyone loved the idea of using decentralized technology to pair them with the brands and get brands to reward them directly, rather than buying analytics through Cartology or Flybuys, being able to buy directly from consumers. Everyone loves this concept, and that's what crypto is about, and the blockchain is about, and crypto is the mechanism or the utility that helps the transactional part going. And we had some merchant, which we all gave away. And yeah, so overall, great event. We're definitely gonna participate in the next events of the Australian Crypto Convention. Very well organized. So kudos to the organizers. Yeah, so great event, and we're really happy with the outcome. Let's go to the next slide. During that event, we have run an airdrop together with Coinbase, where those who've downloaded the Shping app, if they didn't have the Coinbase wallet at the time, they were encouraged to get one installed. At the same time, there was a lot of people who already had the Coinbase wallet, but they didn't have Shping app. Same thing, they were encouraged to install Shping app and linking the Coinbase to Shping app. Enroll them into airdrop. Very successful. Pretty much anyone who's using the Shping app, it's a very easy decision to make to pair the two apps for easy withdrawal, because now they can move their Shping coins directly to the Coinbase wallet, but also get an airdrop. So that was a very successful campaign, which we did together with Coinbase at the event. Let's go to the next one. On the back of the CryptoCon, we realized how good the conversions are and how successful it is for us to actually talk to the consumers. We already booked a good food and wine show for next week, which is taking place in Melbourne. So Good and Wine, those who live in Australia are probably familiar about Good and Wine and Good Food and Wine show. They do them in all capital cities. It's a very big event with hundreds of thousands of people going through those events. And so we are already committing to participate in those events because it works extremely well for us. So we are exhibiting next Friday. So it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those of you who are in Melbourne, feel free to come to the event. As a sponsor, we have some free tickets. So let us know if you would like to attend, and we'll be happy to send you free tickets. It's best to inquire earlier, so while those last, because we do have limited tickets available, and we would love to see you at the Good Food and Wine Christmas market. Also, we participated at Australian DeFi Association meetup in Sydney. It was great to present project to a meetup group. Particularly the crypto community, they really appreciate the real use case, because while there are a lot of good concepts and projects in development, there aren't that many use cases where you can see with a real true adoption. And so everyone who comes across Shping really appreciates that Shping is one of the great examples of the adoption of blockchain and cryptocurrency by and everyday consumers, as well as the FMCG brands, the retail.
That's actually some feedback as well that I got at the Oz CryptoCon. A lot of people were so surprised that we had such an established and successful use case as well. So that fed through at the event with anyone who came to face with Shping for the first time, which was lovely to see.
Let's go to the next one. And let's go to the next slide again.
I was just going to say that I'm posting some links in the comment section. I noticed that the slide isn't playing the GIFs properly. So in case some of our viewers would like to reference what's on the slide, they're in the link section.
Awesome. Yes, I do recall that when we've gone through those slides, there was a lot more action on those slides. Okay. One of the big announcements, which is probably relate more to the Shping global rollout, is our integration with Revolut. So we've integrated with Revolut platform, which enables us to process cash out instantly. So those who've been using cash outs in Australia knows that it usually would take 24 to 48 hours. Now, and we're going live actually today, this morning, so the timing is perfect. Now, when you're doing a cash out, you will literally get funds in your bank account seconds later. So it's using Oscar Pay ID technology to process those payment instantly. And with Revolut, we can do cash out in pretty much every country where Revolut is available. So it's covering obviously UK, New Zealand, US, and a number of other countries. So with this integration, we are ready to roll out our services technically in terms of the cash out to any countries where Revolut is available. So it's a great integration, and I'm very pleased that we've gone live. We're seeing people already cashing out and instantly getting paid, which is because we haven't announced it. For a lot of people, it's sort of this Christmas surprise that they're getting funds instantly on their account, which is awesome because when you're in the store, it can happen that you may be running short and you want to buy something. You can actually do a quick cash out from your Shping wallet, Shping app into your wallet and get funds available into your bank account instantly. So that's a great feature, and it's future-proofing us for international rollouts, which we're going to be talking a bit later on. Peter doesn't play the animation, but here we will share some of the updates. Maybe I'll let Emma cover those.
Yeah, so what we managed to do in the last quarter of this year is we're constantly taking our app members, feedback, information on how we can grow and improve the app. And with that, what we managed to do towards the back end of this year is we've released new level up requirements. What that meant for our app members was it just gave them a more streamlined way of using the app and an easier way of them reaching the higher levels that exist within the app as well. And thankfully, the feedback from that has been really great so far. We released that about a month and a half ago now, and it's gone down really well so far. The other thing that we managed to launch this quarter was consolidated boosters. What that now means for our app customers is they can boost products within the app. They can purchase them within store, upload a receipt, and not only do they get a reward or a rebate for that, it actually increases the amount that they can withdraw as well during that month. So that's been received incredibly well from our app members. The boosters are thriving. We're getting a lot of traction weekly and monthly on that particular item as well. And so it's gone down really, really well, and all takes form of part of the bigger picture of what's coming as well for next year with our release of 3.0, which I think we'll touch on a little later.
Yep, let's go to the next slide. Here's 3.0. So 3.0, we hope to release early next year, Jan-Feb. So what 3.0 is, when we developed 2.0, the current version, a lot of things we've been adding on ad hoc. So we came up with a new feature, we can see there is an opportunity to do something. We would pretty much add it to the existing functionality. And obviously we try to do the best we can with the UX UI, but because we are working in a very agile mode, its look and feel probably can be improved. So some of the functionality that we were too eager to quickly release in the 2.0, now we had the chance to rethink the way it's represented in the app to make the user interface easier to understand and to follow. And so we are transferring most of the existing functionality in a better look and feel. But also there are a number of new features that we are releasing with 3.0. So I hope that our existing users, they would love the new look and feel of the 3.0 app, but also they'll get to use some of the new advanced functionality that is going to be released together with 3.0. This is just some previews of the app interfaces.
And I think now it's time for us to move to answering some of the questions that our community sent to us via our socials, the question form, and other channels that they might have reached us through. I'll hand over to you, Ima.
Perfect. I'll kick those off. There's quite a lot of questions that have come through, so we'll do our very best to get through them all, and that's both previous to today, and I can see some live questions and suggestions coming through also. So I'll start off with one that came through from Danny on the Telegram community. It is quite a long question, so for the purpose of today and the amount we have to get through, I've just summarized it a little bit. So effectively, Danny is asking why they can see receipt data growth from weekly updates. He wants to understand how this relates to the commercial aspects of the business and how it will drive profitability. Again, I'll shoot that over to you.
Certainly. So one of the greatest value that we deliver to our partner brands is not only being able to reach out to the end consumers, but also to understand consumers' shopping behavior. So the data that they're currently buying through, let's say, Cartology or Flybuys, give them transactions of a member of that particular program only within a specific store. So for example, if that user goes to a different store and makes another purchase of their competitor, or maybe their own product, if they were to buy that data from another store, they're going to get two sets of data which are not linked to one another. They don't know that it's the same person who actually made this other purchase in the other store. So with Shping, they get a single customer view, as we call it, where we can they can see the purchase behavior of a consumer across all different stores, whether it's grocery, whether it's dining, whether it's travel, and being able to see the complete purchase behavior of a consumer can help them to understand whether this is the right consumer for them to pair with, what sort of offers they need to provide to that consumer, and even understanding who is actually buying their product, how to tailor their marketing and their messaging to towards the existing users is very important, and so it's a must for a successful brand. So by us able to capture and extract data from receipts from different stores makes our platform very appealing and relevant to our FMCG brands clients who's using the platform. So the data makes us stand out from the other platform who don't have such detailed data. So we're quite unique in this space, and not only we're able to have the data that powers the campaign, but also we have mechanism for them to engage with the end consumers. We call it actionable data. So not only that they can see that a cohort of users have stopped buying their product, they can actually reach out to that particular cohort and tell them, give them an offer, or understand why they have stopped buying their product. So instead of just getting a report and say you lost 30% of your clients or you gained 10% of your new clients, it's actionable data. They can actually talk to that group that they just gained or they lost, and they can do something about it, which is very powerful and important. And that's what brings a lot of new clients to Shping platform.
Awesome. On to the next one. So another one that came through our Telegram community. When should we expect Shping to be available in the UK and New Zealand?
So while we don't have the exact date, definitely next year you'll start seeing us we're starting with New Zealand and follow straight to UK. So yes, it's a work in progress. We don't want to announce any dates only because there are a lot of things that still needs to be done, and often we are reliant on third parties integration to get everything established. Revolut was one of the very big thing for us, because the cash out, being able to do cash out in any new region, it was very important. So we're very excited with this integration. But there are other things that needs to be take place before we roll out. But definitely next year we'll be making those moves.
Awesome. Another one, what does migration mean, and why am I reading old tokens will be worthless?
Look, there are a lot of clone groups that we see appear from time to time, and obviously they're trying to scam those members of those clone profiles. So don't trust anything you hear from anyone. We're not doing any migrations. Nothing is changing. And if there will be anything important, you'll hear it from us. So please stay away from those clone sites. And if you come across one, please report it so it will be taken down.
Awesome. Another question that's come through the form is price predictions for 2025, Balran. What is the team doing to increase adoption and recognition of the coin, increase the price of the crypto token?
Yeah, so obviously no one can give price predictions, and we're not gonna start this trend because simply no one knows. So what we are focused on is development of the platform, increasing the adoption, and this is our key focus. That's what this AMA is about, to tell you what we are doing in terms of the development, product development, future releases. Unfortunately, the pricing discussion, we simply can't contribute anything to it because we don't have anything to contribute.
Awesome. Another one that's come in on Twitter. I live in the US and have noticed how popular Fetch Rewards is. Do you have any plans to partner with Fetch when you expand to the US?
US, definitely a great market. I don't think there is a single day when we don't receive emails or notifications from potential US clients who is asking when we're going to be available in US. So when we will release in US, at this stage, we don't have any plans to partner with Fetch. So Fetch has their own model, which is slightly different to the way we operate. We don't really need this type of partnership to grow our model. The partnerships we are looking at is working with the FMCG brands and maybe industry bodies as well.
Awesome. Another one from Twitter. Excuse the question, but I really need the pink t-shirt. Where can I order it? I think this might be carryover from the AusCryptoCon event. We got a lot of comments on those pink t-shirts.
So what we're actually doing is we're going to be doing merchant packs that we're going to be sending to ambassador. So those who are using the app and reach the ambassador level, we're going to be sending them a merchant pack, which will include one of those pink t-shirts, so they can actually wear it and being a Shping ambassador, promote the brand. So if you are in Australia, and you probably are, since you've seen us at the CryptoCon, unless you just saw the Twitter post, then level up to ambassador, and you'll have a merchant pack going to you.
Awesome, good incentive there to move up the ranks. Another one, it's quite a long question again, so I'll do my best to summarize it down. Why not aim for the USA over the UK and New Zealand? Compared to the UK, which is currently in a crisis related to the cost of living, the US has greater development potential. And the person has mentioned that now that Donald Trump is coming into office, it's more open-minded and savvy about cryptocurrency. So is there a plan to devote some time to the US?
Look, US definitely one of the markets we have to be in. It's probably one of the biggest markets, if not the biggest. Even though the regulatory framework in US was a concern up until the change in the administration or upcoming change in administration, it's probably not directly relating to us because we're not selling cryptocurrency. It's a utility. Nevertheless, we wanted to do smaller markets before we are moving to US. That's why we're starting with New Zealand, which a smaller market. Then we'll go to UK, and on the back of that success, we most likely move to US as the next market. But we don't want to announce anything as yet. But that's the current thinking.
Another couple of questions that are almost identical on the US, and I feel like you've probably covered those. So I'll move on to the next question. What is the purpose of the Telegram chat?
So that's probably on the back of us saying that not to have any price discussions. Yeah, so the Telegram community is designed for those who wants to know what's happening with the project, who wants to follow our technological releases, to understand what's coming up, what's going to be released in the future, what's in the pipeline, the adoption of the platform, any challenges that we are facing on our journey. So this is the community for that. This type of discussions. We don't want any FUD or speculations or anything to do with trading of the coin discussed in that group, because this is not what it's intended for. There are plenty of channels where you could discuss pricing, prediction, speculation, whatever interests you. But this is not the forum for that. So we would like to ask anyone who is in that group to refrain from those discussions. But as I said, there are other channels that you can find where people do discuss Shping coin price and any other crypto assets pricing.
Awesome. We've had another question that was submitted through the form. What are your main takeaways from the Oz CryptoCon event that you recently attended? So I think we've probably covered off in most of that, but there might be just some summaries to take from that.
Look, I think what's really, I think, positive, at least from my perspective, and Emma, maybe you would like to add something to it as well, is how simple the current offering of Shping is, and that we're able to explain value proposition of the app literally in about 10-15 seconds. Also the reaction of people when they understand how the technology works, and when they actually try uploading their first receipt, getting their rewards, getting that receipt fully recognized and filed up. It's a very easy to use solution. Mind you that Oz CryptoCon had a specific cohort of people. They're all crypto savvy. They're all technologically savvy people. So for them, any technology probably would not be difficult. So if they were managed to get the accounts going through KYC and understand how to do on-net transfers, it means that they already have some background knowledge or technical knowledge. But yeah, so it was very nice to see how easy it was to explain the value proposition, but see how people quickly can onboard and start using the app.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with what you were saying, Kennedy. And the really nice thing was we were able to actually take someone from initial greeting through to downloading the app and uploading their first receipt live if they had some digital receipts, which a lot of customers were blown away by, and went away really happy. Some overall key takeaways I have to say from my perspective was that the event itself, even if we hadn't met with a single person and converted them into downloads, which we did, was that it really got our name out there. A lot of people hadn't realized, who we were, what we did, and the real life use case that exists behind Shping. There was also some exchanges at the event, so we were able to kind of, meet and greet with them, see if we could get relevant contacts through them as well. And just seeing your customers live, the ones that had already downloaded the Shping app, and then being able to actually meet with new customers for the first time was a really nice experience. And we got lots of feedback that unfortunately you couldn't see the full loop of the display. It didn't play through properly today. But in a sea of blacks and greens and reds at the event, we really popped in pink. And those working and staffing the event were able to say at the other side of the venue, pop over and see the team in pink and they'll help you. And people found us really easily. So yeah, a good takeaway for the next one for us for sure.
Just to add to that, I've pasted the ACC post-event video in the comment section, so you guys might be able to check out some of the photos there. And an interesting anecdote I wanted to share with the rest of the viewers was that you guys told me that the booth next to you was so happy with all the people you brought to our booth that they were visiting the other booths as well. So
yeah, so an awesome result. I'll move on because I'm conscious of timing. We have another question that comes in. What do your members get out of the Shping referral program? Kennedy, I'll hand that over to you.
Yep. So in-app referral program allows any user who is on bronze level and up to invite one friend a month. It's limited to one friend, but the reward is quite substantial. It's around $10 Australian per member who downloads and start using the app. But it's limited to only one per month. So therefore, think very carefully who you want to invite, because it's important for them to become an active user for you to get your rewards. So the referral program is designed for that, to bring other users onto the platform.
Awesome. Another question that came through to us and over mail was, and this is quite a large one as well, so I'll condense this one down a wee bit. I love the Shping app. Not only is it very simple to understand, but it's also really applicable to everyone. I can see why Shping would be really attractive for brands. Do you have any data on how Shping is effective in comparison to other marketing platforms like social media or retail media?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we actually did run some comparison, and Shping effectiveness, just to put it in context, when you're reaching out to X number of members across retail media platform, for example, you would expect percentage of people actioning your call to action. So for example, if your call to action, go and buy our product, and you send out communication to, let's say, 100 people, you expect X number of people to go and buy your product. And that's determines how effective the campaign is. So when we compared Shping to some of those programs like for like, our conversion is 9.2 or 9.3 times better than conversion of other platforms, which is quite significant. And it's due to data that we have and us being able to talk to the right person rather than to any person. That why the conversions that we're able to achieve on Shping platform are so high. And that's why the brands who's using the platform, they realize the value they have with leveraging Shping for their marketing and consumer engagement.
Awesome. Let me just see if I can find some questions. We've had a lot of comments come through on the live chat, but let me see if I can pull out some questions from here as well. Someone has commented wondering if we're planning on establishing a presence on Mastodon. Gennady, I'll hand that over to you. So,
I'm not sure.
so
It's a Twitter alternative. It's similar to Blue Sky and Twitter.
So it's saying setup is almost zero and the exposure would pay for itself. So I suppose the main answer for that is we are always looking at other platforms and other means to advertise the app. At this stage, we're kind of focusing on the main ones to get the messaging and that out there. But next year brings a whole load of new things for Shping in terms of app progress. And there'll definitely be new marketing plans in place next year, which Ellie can maybe talk to in greater detail. That would allow us then to kind of investigate other solutions like Mastodon as well. I don't know, Ellie, if I've covered off on everything there, if there's anything else you wanted to value add.
No, I think that's pretty much it. I think the current platforms that we have, which we always communicate through our Telegram channel, covers up mostly on the project updates on a weekly basis and also on a quarterly basis based on our AMA.
Awesome. Oh, and that last question had come in from Josh. Thanks. He's saying, keep up the great work, team. And I think that's it. A lot of other comments, but not a lot of other questions. But I feel like we've covered off on a lot today. Oh, sorry, maybe another potential question just about the moderation of our Telegram, and do we plan to strengthen this?
Yes.
Just with bot accounts, I think it's mentioning.
Yeah, so we obviously want to keep the place clean and safe for everyone. So we're going to be continuously trying to improve our moderation and to ensure that we have less of those pop-ups from marketing pop-ups that appear there from time to time.
And I think just to add to that is you basically need to hear from us to know that the update is official. And I've actually gone through the Telegram channel to try and clean up some of the bots in there, and we actually have a bot that cleans up bots, but there's always going to be an attempt to create new ones, and so it's hard to manage, but we do our efforts to do what we can.
We've had a final comment come in just now from Spiritfly, who's watching in from Switzerland, so thank you. Shping in progress. It's always nice to hear that. Have a nice day, everyone. I really like the possible collaboration with Revolut, especially if you wear the right t-shirt. Awesome. I think that's it from the questions, and that wraps up today.
Thanks, everyone. We'll probably have another AMA early next year. So if we don't talk to you before that, have a great festive season, great New Year celebration. Stay safe, healthy, and hopefully peace will be everywhere where you live and around the world.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. See you next year.